you're a FAMU, I ain't gonna lie to you, it would be a really great time to have something like more sports related to talk about. But it kind of is what it is. Like the outcome we feared, it's kind of the outcome we got. So I know we're gonna talk a little bit about that, a little bit about this baseball. You already know what's up, what it's about to be. It's about to be Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
What's up, family? Yeah, kind of one of those days, man. Picking up the pieces. Be interesting, kind of see what comes about next couple of weeks, months. What's up, little baby? I don't give it years, but a little bit of religious reference in that as well. So, yeah. But if you are FAMUing, and forgive me for not wearing orange and green today, but we literally just got back. I ain't gonna lie. It's Bucks today. Need something to distract, man. It was the vote I expected, but it wasn't the excuses that I wanted. I'll say that. And that's crazy to say, the excuses I wanted. So St. Clair, what's up, St. Clair? Look, if y'all don't know, we have a little show that we do called Round One, Hallelujah 95.3, Friday to 6 p.m. Great show. Great show, great listen. Just saying there. So what's up, St. Clair? St. Clair is a co-host of that show. But for those who don't know, and St. Clair drop news, second seed, FAMU Baseball, Rattler Baseball is going to be in Alabama playing at Rick Wood Field. Make sure don't put that S on it. Historic Rick Wood Field. I think it is the oldest baseball stadium in the nation, at least what I saw on the interwebs. So, I don't know how much you trust the source. They might be clout chasing. But if you caught it, this past weekend, sweep of Alcorn State. 30 wins this season, so another winning season for FAMU baseball. And we're the second seed. First game is the 21st against Southern, which Southern is not a baseball team I normally want to play. Southern is a baseball program that actually has some wins. Like I believe they've beaten LSU before. Like they've made some runs in the tournament. So you're going to be leaning on the pitching a little bit, hoping to get some folks to come that way, man. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting to see. Obviously, the topic du jour. You got a president. Did not get the picture ready, and it's not even a slight. Like I'm not that kind of petty. Like, matter of fact, let's see if I can find a one that's not like messed up, like, because y'all know that we all got the little ones, with the jokes and the pettiness. I don't know what to tell you on that one, man. I will say like this: I agree with a lot of the people who are saying, "You know what, EA? I'm not doing that with you today. You got that." And the kids say, "You got that. You got that." I might see that lady in a few months, and y'all gonna be looking at me real salty, like, dang, you ain't cuss out what you saw. Like, nah, my mama taught me how to act. Like, it ain't my fault they gave her the job. I didn't have a vote. Y'all knew where Keith was on that. Like, and as I told y'all, for me, Marvel was the third best. But she was the one I thought was gonna get it. What's up, Edward? Now I will say though, Lord have mercy. Uh, the biggest thing for me, I'll say this: it was the multiple Judases. I'll say it like that. It was not just the fact that they were about to stab you in the back. It was the fact that they extended it with all the excuses, and you saw where like, all right, stop giving me excuses, like, because some of this is bull. Like, the names didn't shock me, little baby. Their excuses were trash. Like, I'm one of those. If you're gonna lie to me, at least give me a good lie. Don't, your buddy up there, Butter Pecan up there lying, talking about they haven't done anything to the stadium. No, they haven't changed the bathrooms. That's a completely new stadium. Google it. How about don't even Google it? Go on YouTube and you'll see that stadium is 4 years old as of now. Maybe 3 years in a piece. So you lied. Sorry, Butter Pecan, but you lied. Like, and you sat up there and, made all these cries about financial aid and everything else. That's valid. But tell the whole truth where we're talking about where financial aid was an issue across the nation, right? Like, then you turn around talking about alumni giving. And if you watch Fangs Up, we was woke on that, right? We was honest. The national average is 8%. FAMU gives about 6%. So we're about average. So some of the excuses that you made were trash. They were dead on arrival because you're really just nitpicking at stuff and not really addressing the real issue, where the real issue is the fact that as much as you're talking about how the community is uplifting and upbuilding, it takes longer for somebody who's starting behind to catch up to a place where they're giving the same rate as others. So again, those were the top. That was Butter Pecan was my number one. He pissed me off with the stadium thing. Then when Buddy went up there, it was like, I represent the staff, but I didn't poll them at all. I made my own decision. And I'm like, then what the hell are you a representative for? I'm the CTA rep of my school. I ain't the best. I'm probably the worst. Stupid busy. But you ask me something, I know the answers. If you tell me something, I try to advocate for you. Like, I'm not the kind of person where it's like, oh, you got that problem, that's on you, Doc. Like, nah. If you tell me it's a problem, I get you set up. Like, I try to get you right. He didn't do any of that. He just said middle finger to all y'all. I don't care. I'm doing this on my own. Like, this joker went rogue. like I'm just saying. And look, I know the stadium looks nothing like it did when I marched in 1987. So something has definitely changed. Same as Mumford, same as stadium upgrades. Like, how do you even get that? I don't know. SOFT. That's all I got for you. The entire time he did all that, Butter Pecan it. He was soft. Look, he might be able to throw hands. I don't care. Look, I'm gonna stop. Told Mama I was gonna stop because I'm one of ones. Don't let the diction fool you. You run me in the wrong way, I'm gonna give you everything you want. But it was the fact that you misrepresented data, you misrepresented information. It's not even the AI components of stuff. It's the fact that you purposely lied. Like, I knew you was gonna give me Marvel. I said it weeks ago. Remember when Larry got gone, remember I said, hey, DeSantis is gonna put somebody in there. I mean, go back and watch it. Not just because I would like the views, but because we knew what time of day it was. Like, Beard came in, I was like, I got some questions, but we'll see. But then to sit up there and lie, just tell me the truth. Like, tell me I want Marvel. That's all. That's all you got to say. Starting to sound like Plies right now. Like you ain't got to lie, sweetheart. You felt like she was the person you wanted. Don't give me fake data because the real data starts to show that you're lying. Like, I'm just gonna say it like that. The data said you lied. Financial aid is a known issue. It's been an issue. Saying that it's an issue doesn't make it any better. And I'm sorry, Marva, it's grainy. But I forgot to do it earlier, and it's not personal. So if somebody thinks it's personal, it's not. I just was trying to get something to at least show her picture. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Dang it, I already moved it off that screen. So I'll put it up there because I'm just, at this point, it is what it is. But it's a really bad picture, Marva. But she doesn't look that bad on the picture. It's just really grainy. So, but look, Lawson was not a surprise to me. Lawson's, it's Sunday. Lawson's butt needs to quit. I'm sick of him. Like, Lawson has been an obstructionist to the positive things that are going on in FAMU for the past year. I think the only thing he's actually helped was the AD. Everything else, he's in the way. And I would say that in front of him. He's in the way. Basketball situation, he was in the way. He was in his feelings. He was like butter pecan. SAWFT, soft. He's been in the way. In this situation, he sat up there, more SAWFT, softness. I'll say it. Again, I'm not hard to find. In the stadium, y'all, if you know me, you know where I'm probably at. It's not even like a run up on situation. It's one of those things where if you want to talk, talk. I'm always good to talk, and I'm always there to listen. Just don't get stupid. Don't meet you at whatever level of crazy you at. Like that's just what it is. But Lawson needs to go. Like I called someone else and I was like, hey, I don't know if you're gonna say it, but I'll say it. He needs to go. Yesterday, he is stood in the way. I'm not as far as Bobby is, but Bobby wasn't completely wrong. Like, Bobby had some points. Y'all know I don't always watch the SWOT report. Like, I catch it every once in a while. It's not something that is really in my wheelhouse. It's not because he's any type of thing. It's just that sometimes we disagree. And it's better to just not be trying to make something to where I'm trying to go at him, opposed to where, okay, I'm with you, right. For me, it's better to try to catch you in the places I agree with you on than to try to catch you in the places I disagree in. Because what happens is, if I'm always looking for the things that I disagree with you on, I'm never going to be able to grow towards you. Where if I'm like, hey, let's try to find things we agree on. Let's try the similarities. The differences are the differences. We know those. Let's find what we similar on. He wasn't completely wrong about this. Like, this was bogus. And look, I would cuss some folks out. Like, and some of them said they believe she gives us the best opportunity to get things accomplished down the hill. So let's stop complaining and give her something to talk to her on with that. This is my thing. And Mike, you playing devil's advocate. This is my thing, though. And I love that Artisha Pope. Today's the last day of elections. I'm going to tell you now, I don't know who's going to win. My instincts say who's going to win. I'm not going to say that on here because then y'all going to be like, you're biased. Probably not the people I voted for. Like, I'm just going to tell y'all like that. I do think there's a clearly defined winner for the NAA election. 2. And one of them, you can thank Marva for half of that. Because what I saw today from Artisha Polk, it was presidential, and it was that piece of I don't have to stay in this pocket of being nice. I can go ahead and say what's said and what's true. I appreciate Curtis's letter, but I need you to show face. And I've had both on the show. This isn't a slight against anyone. This just y'all know I like to be honest, and I like to keep it a being. Artisha spoke directly to the fact that the wants of the alumni, let's just not even to do that. The wants of the stakeholders was ignored. How are you gonna ask me for money and support when I'm telling you I don't support what you're doing? That's like you over there. You smoke weed and you over there. Hey, bro, can I get some cash, man? You know, trying to get my burn on. Weed is not my thing. I can't do the smell. Makes me sick. Not gonna support your habit or something that makes me not feel good. Same thing here. A lot of people aren't gonna support a president they don't want, that they told you they want. Like they said, we don't want this lady. How are you going to increase alumni giving if the alumni are vocally saying we're not giving to this cause or this person? All of a sudden, in a time where we're seeing corporations cut spending because of tariffs and XYZ, now you're saying, oh, they're going to use their relationships to not only bring in new corporate sponsors, but to now overcome the Lawson funds that we're going to incur because we made a decision these people didn't want. If she could do it, hey, go do it. But that's a tough road to hold up. It says, my issue is they understand the emotional discipline of Black people. 1 year ago, we were asking for Chair Harper, so for Chair Harper's head signing off on the 237 million 18-month. Later, she's our shiro. Take their chances and give us a strong soundbite supporting FAMU and keep it pushing. History has shown that works. I support FAMU. I don't love the selection of the president. It has definitely changed the ways that I see myself supporting FAMU. I'll say that. And I'm not the only one. Like, this is my biggest issue with that kind of give money regardless speaking. Nobody supports the loser for a reason, right? Like, I'm not saying it's the losing program, but follow me like this. There's a reason that it's very easy for you to find Laker fans anywhere, Yankee fans anywhere. It's a winning tradition. It's a winning brand. They don't accept losing. People follow that. And people enjoy that feeling. There's a whole nother reason why you don't have a lot of Atlanta Hawks fans, because they're not always winning. FAMU as a brand needs someone that's going to make the people feel good. Like, because our money is tied to our emotions. When I feel good, I spend money. There's a reason when you go to the club, you spend $100. You might not like it, but you over there like, I had a drink, I had an appetizer, the music was fine, the women was straight, I had a good night. I just spent $100. I'm going to Universal with my students tomorrow. Guess what? I got a little bit to the side because I'm like, ooh, do I want to get a turkey leg? Do I want to get butterbeer? But it's Universal. I know the prices are inflated, but I'm gonna have a good time. That's part of the problem. Like, emotionally, the people are saying we don't want this, and not only are they going to say that emotionally, they're going to say it financially. You cannot tell me how to spend my money when you're dependent on me to give you my money, and I'm telling you I don't want to give you my money for that. Just saying. Also, hello, like, I don't disagree. Honestly, I think I'll say it. I think this is a move. Get her in power. She's gonna do okay. Not good, not bad. Okay, she leaves. Then they're gonna bring in that dude, FAMU grad, Kappa. I think he's down in Broward College. I think he's gonna come in and he's gonna get paid at Marva's salary rate, that the new rate that she set now, if not the $1 million. Because you notice on that call when they were announcing all this, Buddy was like, "Oh, we should be making a standard of $1 million." No, that's a lot. No Diddy, but that's a lot. $1 million for somebody who's got no experience. So you bring somebody with experience, or now you're gonna settle for 750. We're settling for $750,000. Somebody with some experience, $1 million, and they Rattler might be a noob. Y'all go along with it. I'm just saying that's the way the cards fall to me. I think this is a 2-year deal, but he stays down at 2 years. He comes to FAMU, and this turns into what it is. I think some programs are going to survive. I told y'all before, I don't think FSU is the thing. Partially because FSU's president, if he's MAGA, he ain't public about it. He's academic. I think it's some of these other schools you need to worry about. That's just me. I could be wrong, but that's just me. And this is my thing. Look, I think it's Castel Mango, Tiffany John Sykes 2.0. We've seen this movie before. Like, I said this when they were doing all this, like, this is not good. The faculty are the lowest paid. We also have the lowest enrollment in the SUS, or next to lowest enrollment in the SUS. So you're not going to allow the school to grow. You're not going to allow the school to get above $9,000-$10,000 until the last couple years. So some of this is also economy of scale. I can't pay you the same rate or amount that they're getting paid at Florida State. Like, some of this is just the sheer economy of scale. Like, FAMU is lowest paid, next to lowest enrollment. I'm not trying to be combative about it. That's just the numbers say, right? Like, if we kind of look in that way, like I'm 5'8", 5'9" in the right shoes. I'm not as tall as someone who's 6'6", meaning they can go a little farther than me vertically, just off the top of their hands, right? Same fight, right? Like, Florida State's got 40,000 students. UF's got 70,000 students. University of South Florida has 50,000 students. FIU, 40,000. Like, it's hard to keep up economy of scale when you don't have the weight. We're not pushing that kind of weight. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's why I said some of the stuff they pointed out was bull, because it sounds good. It sounds nice. It's cute to tell you we're getting paid the lowest rate. Okay. Are you going to talk about our enrollment numbers? Are you going to talk about what the state has done to keep our enrollment numbers in a certain place? Like, I'm not asking for a friend. That's a lot. I'm saying it out loud. Like, if you're going to target certain metrics, you got to have the other piece of the data go with it, right? Like, okay, Buddy with football stadium, da. Okay, that's cool. I go with you with that. We did replace the stadium pan. It's practically a new stadium, new field. It's not a grass field like when you was in school. I mean, but we're gonna keep that line going, right? They ain't changed nothing, right? How big? How many alumni do you not have because of enrollment caps? Just saying. Like, the lie was lied. Like, just say it. You want a milli, but your student population even 10K. We're not private. We're public. Hello. I mean, UM is about the same size as FAMU, but the cost of attendance is like 50K down there. Like, it's 50 to 70, right? Like, FAMU's a public school. And I love that. What was your boy that said it? The cost has not gone up in how long? Oh man, I had it right, and I'm missing his name. The Caribbean dude, Hector. Mr. Hector pointed out, cost of attendance has not gone up in over 13 years. Your attendance has stayed the same about that entire time. Kofi said it best. You got to do more with more. If you're charging the same price for about the same amount of students, but inflation has gone up, how are you going? Never mind. I'm sorry. I make sense, right? But I'm sorry. I just went to FAMU. Then I got a master's degree in education. So I'm actually master's degree in education. Leadership. Sorry. I ain't gonna discount myself. Hell, I should have applied for that FAMU job. I'd have got that. We're more red. I'd have won. Like, and that's not being that was a dig. It was slight. I ain't gonna lie. I was being petty. My bad. Like, but I'm just saying, like, and you're about to build 10 new residence halls in 2 years, and enrollment should boom. Hello, because there's a strategic plan. Like, this kind of stuff is what grinds my gears. It's the fact that, one, you lied up there. Two, you told half truths, and a half truth is a whole lot. You didn't say the other piece of the strategic plan, because in that, the rebuttal should have been, there's this plan for a football stadium that was done during the Larry era. Like, just follow the plan. If you look at the buildings that are going on, it's just the strategic plan. But you took your Butter Pecan sat up there and lied. There we go. Sorry, Doc. I catch you on the streets. It is what it is. But if you don't like Butter Pecan, it's Butter Pecan. Sorry. You sound like Butter Pecan. You look like Butter Pecan. You look like Butter Pecan. Soft. We're also not asking for any kinds of numbers needed to even justify our position. That's why Tallahassee turned down the $15 million, because even they knew it wasn't enough for what we were going to do to brag. I mean, Larry shot it down. Like, they gave you 10. He shot down the other. Like, if Larry takes that money from the city, everything that dude said is not only an extra lie, it's a lie. Like, so, because honestly, we do need a new stadium. Nobody's going to argue with that. There's a need for a new stadium site. But you haven't increased enrollment in over a decade. Like, not substantially. I ain't saying FAMU's the same as when, Butter Pecan was on campus, even though he going to tell you that. Like, none of the buildings changed. Foothill's still there. Same old Bragg Stadium. Same old elevator. Nothing has changed since Butter Pecan was on campus. Let him tell you that, though. But the fact of the matter is, much to Mike's point and much to Lil Baby's point, there's a building boom on campus. Like, Larry acquired more space for some more residents. So, that lady said nothing about athletics. Not much. And she did. That's not true, Hollow. She did. It wasn't anything with a plan. But she did say something about athletics. She did. So I'm not going to tell the truth and then turn around and lie about something. She did talk about athletics. It just was in no extensive detail. When you compare it to what Hector said and Palm said, wasn't close. Wasn't even tight. Like, not even close. Like, the other lie told 10 students admitted, only 1.5 graduate. Like, exactly. Like, some of this doesn't address the other piece. Like, this doesn't address the reality of what FAMU is. You have traditionally targeted students who financially ain't got it like that. Like, and Marvin even said it. She noted, like, I think in her, when she was doing her thing, she was like, 70% of FAMU students receive a Pell Grant. And she was kind of like, and it had that sound like, I don't really know what to do with that. 70% of our students really can't afford to be here. It's really what that is. Like, you have a large amount of the student population who financially are just hanging on. That's what it says. It's going to take them longer to finish school. So when you start, hey, y'all aren't finishing in 4 years because of the money. It's not because the kids don't have the aptitude. It's because their finances don't match their aspirations. Like, that's all it is. It's a lack of funds issue. It's not a lack of will. If they had the same amount of funds as their counterpart and the opportunities, they'd be straight. They're gonna BMF and blow it too. But if they had the funding opportunities, they'd be straight. Like, I'm just saying, like, and yeah, exactly. They overshadowed it. But that 15 million would have done nothing. It would have changed it. No, it would have changed the piping at the time. No diddy. But it was $8 million to redo the plumbing. That 15 mil would have left you some to probably start on the field house. So you probably could have done new plumbing plus some work on the field house, if not got a new one. Like, turning down that money by Larry was bad move. Like, now in today's money, that 15M ain't gonna get it. But in that time's money, you was on the call, Mike. AD said that time, AD, it was like about 8 to 10 mil. This one, I think when she talked about it, it was like 10 plus inflation. Now that is speaking of financial elitism, where we're going to see a different demographic walking that campus because they come from a background that generally, I can't say nothing. I mean, I look like y'all. I never got a Pell Grant. Just saying. I never got financial aid at FAMU. Ever. But at the same point, it took me a long time to get out of FAMU. Like, we paid out. We paid out of pocket. I went to school during the fall and spring. I wasn't one of those. I never went to FAMU during the summer. I did my summer time on TCC. It's just, for me, it made business sense. And so that was pride. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Them last, especially once my daughter was born, me pops helped out, you know, but there was a couple semesters I just paid that out of my pocket. Like, hey, we're gonna work these hours and we just gonna pay this bill. Like, but I had to get out. Like, it just is what it is. Look, that one shocked me. Harpers Rebuke was it for me. Now, what made me mad, when Butter Pecan was trying to go back and forth with her over that contract, that was soft. Because you ain't do that for nobody else. But you didn't do that for the basketball coach. You didn't do that for the last athletic director. You didn't do none of that. Like, you didn't do that when it was Patrick Crary up there. Mum was the word. But for this bull stuff, oh, Butter Pecan was loud. Oh, she's not going to do the contract. And I motioned that. Man, sit your soft butt down somewhere. She's supposed to do the contract. Let her do the contract. Like, I'm just saying, look, Uncle Steve, she was killing it that day. Like, she got a new level of respect for me. And I don't say I don't not respect any person. I'll say that. Not on personal reasons. Now, their decisions, yeah, I'm done. Some of them. I was on the fence with Lawson. I tried to give him the BFTD. Right now, man, he can kick rocks with sandals on. Matter of fact, he can go barefoot and kick some rocks. Go to a quarry. You kick them till they bleed. Get out of there. Like, I don't care what good you've done in the past. This is a truth that we've even seen with Larry. When you're the hero, sometimes you stay long enough to be a villain. At this point, Ninja, you're a villain. Go somewhere. You do nothing for FAMU. If you raise the money, great. Appreciate it. Need that. But your opinions, your actions, nah, you're an obstructionist. Get the hell out of the way. Like, and that's I'm gonna stop there. But he needs to go. Like yesterday. And the problem with that is, in this climate, you're gonna get into the DeSantis plant. Now the McDonald's dude, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm not buying it. I hate to tell you, bro. Look, you come one day on, and the people say, hey, we don't like that lady. And he said that thing with his head down. Johnson, they ain't gonna buy my McDonald's no more. Nope. Sure not. Not in Tallahassee. Anywhere else you got a McDonald's. Matter of fact, I don't go to McDonald's like that too slick no more anyway. So you really were missing too much of my money. But you could bet for sure. One thing for certain, the two things for sure. Won't be seeing me in Tallahassee no McDonald's. No sir. Like, honestly, for those who know, share where their business is at. Let's hit them in their pockets. That because all you care about is the money, right? Like that's all Judas stabbed. Judas did it for some silver, right? He did it for some silver. And this is my other piece because I see some of y'all in the boost in the alumni thing. Everybody is not a friend. Everybody is not a friend. Everybody's not an ally in that group. But guess what? Actions have consequences. Miss me with the I was ridiculed for this decision and this, that, and the third. Yeah. And even if it works, great. But you're still going to get ridiculed for it because you ignored your constituents. You ignored the stakeholders. Everything that you're put on that board to do for the FAMU League, not the politicians, you didn't do. You stabbed your constituents in the back. You ignored your people. Sorry. And miss me with telling me how much of a Humphreys era Rattler you are. That means nothing. Nothing. You pissed on that man's grave. And I meant that. I'm a Humphreys era Rattler, but I'm making a decision that, hey, sit down. He was a Republican. That's great. But he fought for FAMU. He fought for FAMU. Like some things, you don't get to make a decision in which you ignore people, and then the people turn around and say, "We still support you, though, brother." Nah, man. Kiss grits in the hole. Like real talk. Like any one of you that all of a sudden you come to the games and they're booing me. My feelings are hurt. You ignored them. You hurt their feelings first. Actions are gonna have consequences. When you catch these fresh boos and these freshmen, why am I getting attitude? Because you ignored the people. Like, especially black people. You know how black people are about being ignored. Like, you really want to make a black person mad? Ignore them. Double that with ignore them after they told you they don't want something. Yeah, doc. Like, just say it. And we should boycott all McDonald's. So that's dumb. You pulled until further notice. I'm just saying. I agree. And they do. We're going to see how long it lasts. And some of this, like, the hate's coming. I'll say this right now. And I say this, and I've said it in public. I've said it to a friend. Marvin should come to no events for the next 6 months. Everything should be pre-recorded because you're not wanted. And it's not even a I don't like you vibe. I don't really know you like that. But I do know one thing. I've been a place where I became the manager and the person in front of me was the favorite. It was a FAMU, honestly. They had a better resume than me. They had better experience with the company than me. But I had more paperwork. That first set of staff, man, I messed that up. And I lost some of them. But at the same point, once I kind of got to get my wheels up under me and figure it out and had to remake it, it was solid. It wasn't the best, but it was solid. This is going to be one of those cases. when you need to make a personal or public appearance, you need to be a video. That Rattler charge, I ain't gonna lie, that first football season, don't say nothing. Don't. The dark clouds and sit your butt down somewhere. Go play a video of Humphreys being liquored up on the sideline and sit down. Like, do yourself a favor. I say this from a place of love. It's not a place of hate. When it comes to the Rattler charge, sit your butt down because the jokes are coming. And we are petty. We have Canva. We have apps. I can't even think of Photoshop. And I promise you, you come up there, stubbling like Beard, did that first one. You ain't getting no grace because we was cool with Beard because he's a Rattler. But you came up there and we don't like you? Look, first and foremost, the jokes about the wigs are coming. So Uncle Steve, go on, get ready. Hey, you should have you should have a discount. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be too funny about it. But let's be real. The wig jokes are coming. Look, that little piece y'all been circling. Y'all wrong for doing that lady neck like that. I know what y'all trying to say. Y'all wrong. But I'm not gonna do that. I am a reformed Generation X person, and everything we did in my childhood was not right. And I know better. But I'm just telling y'all, like, some of this stuff, the first 6 months, you better stay home. You better wait till basketball season. Because them memes, them jokes, oh man, and the classic will be kind of thin. I already heard some of y'all cancel them hotels. OBC, yeah, I won't see a lot of y'all. Mike say disagree. She and all trustees need to be at the convocation next weekend. They can't duck us. Oh man, look, ducking smoke is the word. For Mike wanted lick back. I heard you, Mike. Mike, like, I need my lick back because y'all dust over. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all need to let Dr. Beard finish this out. All convocation and graduation ceremonies into the fall. Because I'm telling y'all, that first fall, she get up there talking, it's going to be Boo City. And I'm telling you what the students going to do. For graduation, she going to get up there as soon as they get their papers. Like, I'm just here to get my papers. They're going to get their papers, walk across the stage, and walk smooth the hell out that gym. I can tell you a lie. I can tell you the truth. You see it. You know what's going to happen. That kid's just sitting there like, I'm just here so my mama can scream. Soon as I get this paperwork, they're going to walk straight out of that gym. You better have them facing the stairs. And some of them kids so bold, they'll take the stairs. Because some of them going to walk off the stage and walk out the side door and to the car and go home. Say, I'll catch you at Harris. I got my paper. I'm done. Like, look, that would be wild. And I don't disagree. I don't know legally if you can, but I'd ask. Like, that conference is going to be something else. Look, I want to see what the Board of Governors say about this. I think they're going to push her through. I know they're going to push her through. But it's going to be interesting when politics change. Things go in a cycle, and there's an ebb and flow. And when things correct, that correction's hard. I'm just going to say it like this. I don't think it's going to get violent or anything. I do think some people are going to get embarrassed. And a lot of people are going to get hurt. And let's be honest, it's not just going to be the students. It's going to be the alumni. Some of y'all already called a t-shirt man. And the tariffs have dropped a little bit. So you can get the t-shirts for a good price. Some of y'all going to have the t-shirts with y'all going to have the memes on the shirts. Like, I already know. Look, I'm petty, but I'm not as petty as some of y'all. And it's for a reason. Because I don't like petty wars. But that first graduation she do, it's gonna be a chitlin show. It's gonna be straight up and it's gonna be horrible. Like, it's not gonna be pretty. Like, can y'all quiet down, decorum, show some respect? Okay. Like, it's going to be a long year. It's going to be a good long year and a half. I give it about a year and a half, because what's going to start happening, my personal opinion, I could be wrong. I think the same way that we're seeing the finances in government kind of get flubbed up is what's going to happen at the university system. And I think it's going to start how when at UF. I think the problem is, though, like, do they get rid of all the people that know what they're doing? Because if so, it's going to be 2 years and we're going to see a purge of these state university presidents. And the crazy part is, even if it's a Republican governor, it's going to be somebody that doesn't like DeSantis. And they're going to get back at him, and they're going to sully his name to try to keep him out of getting other places. That's just my personal opinion. Like, are the diplomas on the stage? Normally, no. From what I remember. Well, okay. So, fun fact, I never crossed the stage at FAMU. So, but from what I remember from the other ones, no, most times it was empty. So the story behind that is, I had my daughter. So, as a matter of fact, I was in the stands for my graduation. So that was kind of my, not punishment, but it was kind of like, hey man, you need to sit this one out. So you earned it, but you know. So now my master's, I walk across stage. My dad hooded me. That one was special. So, but for the FAMU one, I sat in the stands and watched my own graduation. So, fun fact. So, yeah, a lot of my FAMU experience was completely non-traditional. Like, I grew up there. I went to FAMU graduations at Bragg Stadium. I've been to FAMU graduations at the Lawson Center. I've been to FAMU graduations at the Tucker Center. But for me, I was, at the time, I wasn't in that headspace. I got to take care of this child. So that was it. And, shout out to my parents. So I think Jonathan, we had the same graduation. He got his master's. I got my undergrad. So if you look in there, my name is in there. I saw my name, but I didn't walk across stage, fam. I did graduate, but sometimes, it makes you appreciate it. I appreciated my master's more, and then that graduation ceremony more, because I didn't get it as an undergrad, nor did I get it at community college. So literally, it made me appreciate the work, and I worked harder for my master's than I did for my undergrad. So, anyways, not to bring down the moment though, but look, even new leadership, yeah, it's like my daughter's degree was mailed 3 months after graduation. Okay, there's a story behind it. Hey, it is. Look, I grew up a fam, so I was there when Humphrey was there. So I remember being a little kid and walking up to Dr. Humphreys. Like, so for some things, it's like, you and Humphreys there at Rattler. Yeah, it was different though. As a kid, witnessing it was different. FAMU was amazing. Like, just growing up around it was magical. Like, yeah. She sits on the state board that makes the book approval. That's why I'm concerned about Coleman. I said that. I'm concerned with a lot of the collection at Coleman Library, especially because some of the books are old as hell. Like, I could easily see a lot of those books getting tossed. Like, that's just me. Like, I think the students won't march. Yeah. You were too mooned out. I never went to the moon. Believe it or not. I never went to the moon or top. I've never been to top flight. I did not go to the moon until I was an adult. And I mean, like 25, 26. Yeah. I wasn't a party kid. I was so concerned about embarrassing my parents and being drunk in public that I never went to the club. No, that wasn't my vibe. Yeah, I don't like. I also, I like guarantees in life. Like, oh, sorry, I can't go spend $300 walking the spot hoping. Nah, buddy, for that kind of money, I need some guarantees. Like, it's too easy for me to walk up to somebody and start a conversation. You want to go to dinner? Okay, cool. Let's go to dinner. I'll spend 40, 50 with you and have a chance. But to go in there and spend 300 and stand in line and everything else and still have to do all that talking, oh, heck no. Because then I got to take you to dinner after. Heck no, that's $400-$500 one night. Nah, doc, that's not economically efficient. I had to be fiscally responsible of the funds I had. Look, I was spoiled. So when I had came talk to Pops, hey, I'm trying to be fiduciary about these funds. When I asked this man for this money, I know he might give it to me. But I'm making sure I'm responsible. Scared? Nah. Dodge bullet. I don't play dodge bullet. I ain't gonna lie to you about that. But nah, I was that kind. I walk into a girl, tell exactly what I want. Like first day with my wife. Look, first date. I remember we went to the restaurant and we sit there talking, and I was like, "Hey, look, I like you. I think you wife material. You know, we can keep doing back and forth with this all you want to, and you can get a free meal out of it if you want to. But look, I'm done being a hoe." Straight up, I told my wife up front, I'm good. The streets has had their run. They've been good to me, but I'm done. I'm ready to settle down. And look, 2 years later, I married the most beautiful woman I ever met in my life. So look, I was ruthless. I wasn't scared. I was cutthroat. I was told the girl, hey, this is nice. This is fun. And we keep doing this for a few more months, but I'm not gonna marry you. So I don't want you to get your feelings hurt. And she looked at me like, she's like, you're serious? Like, yeah. I mean, you know, you're welcome to come over, but I'm not gonna marry you. Like, look, I broke up with like 3-4 girls, tell them straight up, I was not gonna marry them. And my goal is to get married. I'm very different. I look, they do EA. It hurt their feelings, but look, I remember this one chick, Latino chick, we talking, and I'm like, hey, I've been calling you. You don't call me back. What's up? Oh, I'm not feeling this part. Oh, that's cool. You should have said that. I'd stop bothering you. She's like, oh, I thought you would take that some type of way. Like, nah, I'm good. There's plenty of women out here. There's enough. Okay. Look, I'm very direct about what I want. I had one of my good friends. She said straight up, you can't say the wrong thing to the right woman. Boy, that was the worst news I ever got. I was a fiend. Whew. I wasn't running up in these Orlando streets, but man, I would walk into a woman straight up. You want to go dinner? Yeah, look, yeah, I was bad. Like, when I tell you I was bad, hey, we should go to Miller's or some other place. Because I'm going to be honest with you, man. In this day and time, if a man spends over a certain dollar amount, he's got expectations. I ain't got no expectations. I just want to have some good conversation. Bruh, when I tell y'all, kids is ruthless. My single days, I was for the streets, but I was honest with them too. Like, once I got my heart broke that first time, it was over. But I'm just telling y'all, when it comes to this, I'm disappointed as all of y'all. Look, they gotta know. Everybody gotta know their role. Like, you know your role, you play it well. Hey, there you go. Like, you know what time to show up, you know what time to leave. Everybody's had a nice. Everybody's had that night ride, as my cousin called it. Hey, it's about 11:20. Yeah, it's too late for you to be. It's dark. Yeah, you come out in public now. Like, look, I was savage. I was honest though. Like, that was my gift. my gift was I'll tell the woman up front, like, hey, we'll do this first date. We can do this like a couple weeks. If we're not feeling it though, we could just go our separate ways. Like, we ain't even got to do all that extra stuff. We could just date. If you don't like me, that's fine. But just be honest. Don't lead me on, because I won't lead you on. I was a savage. When I was little, yeah, my wife would tell you, she was like, you was trying to get married. I was like, I was tired of living in sin. Like, coming home, new woman every couple nights. Like, nah. And the bad part, I wasn't even new women every couple nights. It was the same chick for like a couple months. And we rotate and get a new one. Just saying. I hope he weren't as bad as my homeboy that can't show his face at Black FAMU Alumni. Oh, no, I wasn't that bad. Matter of fact, the fact that I was honest with all of them, I was cool with everyone. Every one that I dated, I was cool with. Like, after the fact, no harm, no foul. Like, because I was honest with you. Like, nah, I was cool, man. But yeah, there's a while. I was a dog. I was a mutt. Ain't that what my boy said? Hey, but hey, and I performed. Look, I like mines, and I love to chase her, and I get on her nerves. But we're gonna see y'all, man. And unfortunately, it's the slow season, so these next couple weeks are literally gonna be FAMU and the SWAC tournament, and then whatever goes on with Marvel. Like, that's gonna be interesting. Like, I want to see where the contract lands at. I do appreciate Rolla Martin, Scotty, and everyone else who kind of went out there and like put it on blast, but also made it so that we could watch. Because I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't watch the Zoom live, so I had to kind of catch a few of them on replay. I did catch the live when they announced her, because we had fell right into that planning period, and I threw something. I did. It was a pencil. It wasn't this one though, but I had a pencil and I slung it across the class. I was mad. But at this point, I do understand. And as I said before, I'm not gonna act like Marva's never made any donations to any Black causes. She has. But I still have my reservations about her as president. That doesn't mean I want her to fail. Like, I'll say this, just like I said about Tiffany John Sykes. Just like I said about any FAMU person who's come there that I felt was underqualified. I don't wish them failure, because their failure is FAMU's failure. Like, but I will say, I struggle to see the success that's coming. And that could be my lack of foresight, but you are really setting her up as a board of governors, as a board of trustees, who 80 of y'all need to step down tomorrow. Granted, the sentence is because they're appointing new people, so it is what it is. 16 months, you need to step down. All 80 of y'all. But I'll say this. Marva has a tough road to hoe, because you now have to earn the trust and support of people that don't like you. Like, I didn't realize the computer wasn't plugged up, even though it's not the one I'm watching. It's the one I'm listening on. You have to get the support of people who have openly stated that they don't want you. Like, the stakeholders are saying this, and you need to get them to open up their wallets in the time when we're on the verge of a recession. That's a tough road to hoe. Then you got to turn around and tell businesses and corporations that despite the fact that your stakeholders don't support you, that they on the other side should give you money. Another tough road to hoe. Lastly, you are trying to convince politicians who, as y'all have seen, know, even though Florida's a red state, a lot of folks ain't rocking with the orange guy. There's a chance they're going to lose some seats. So you're in a place where, because of what's going on in the White House, that that's going to potentially adversely affect some of your political backers. You're also at a place where we're seeing it live within the state where the governor who's appointing people has lost favor within his own political party to the point where they can't make budgets, like where there's actual infighting within that party. And then at the place you're going to a place where the stakeholders are saying, we don't want you and you're unqualified. It's one thing to say we don't want you. It's another thing to say we don't want you and you're unqualified, especially at a time where everything that the so-called group that you're affiliated with, I don't know if she is or not, is saying that they're doing things based on people's qualifications. Just saying. Praise she proves what appears to be obviously wrong. It was interesting that DeSantis gave the lawyer and judge a short term that ends January 6th. You know he ain't gonna be that long. I don't think his wife gonna win either. She has an uphill climb, like hiking Stone Mountain. There's a story on that. That's the first time my dad and I turned on my mom. We walked up Stone Mountain one time. Never again. I'll probably never go to Stone Mountain again. But yeah, we were. Yeah, wasn't fun. We made it though. I said the same thing. How do you get money when your stakeholders say no? I'm just saying, because I ain't the only person in NA been like, yeah, y'all can have the keys to this. You can have keys to that. I'm good. I'm gonna focus on other things. Just remember, with the new rules in Florida, her contract is yearly renewable. So raising hell 365 is serious for her. And I'm gonna say it like this: in the days where that little my mom called him Howdy Doody, but little Lever the Beaver, when the Beaver is sitting up there talking about Florida's gonna do Doge, you don't think that next fiscal year they're gonna look at what they're paying the president and what we bringing in and notice that unless she do some miracles, there's likely to be a sharp drop off in alumni giving, especially. Okay, y'all talk about towing party lines, but there's also a bottom line. There's a level of fiscal conservativeness that is on both sides of the aisle. And if okay. The BOT says she's Superwoman, but she could be able to get a new stadium built, 200 milli, 20% increase in salaries, etc. in 1 year. Hey, play the Alicia Keys song for her. Look, she can make that happen. More power to her. I'll celebrate it. Look, I've said it openly, and I'm about to let y'all go so I don't get fussed at too bad. But I hope she turns out to be a FAMU's version of John Thrasher. If you remember, FSU alumni and students said they did not want that man as president. And he actually turned out to be decent. He wasn't good. More of a lame duck than anything. But he was there long enough. He got the job done, and he didn't mess it up. And they actually did pretty good. So I'm hoping Marva is our version of John Thrasher, and that she has some success. Like, again, I don't hate the lady. I don't know if she was the best qualified based on the information that we were giving in the interview process. So, look, says she's faster than a bowl of chitlins. Oh my goodness. She did not qualify for the job. Look, I told you, sincerely, OBG. Who's on the hook for the new salary increase? Oh, Butter Pecan. Oh, yeah. If I'm Chair Harper, I don't even do that. You got that, Butter Pecan? Yeah, let his sweet behind have that. Because heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? So when Butter Pecan's sitting up there talking about this ain't been changed and that ain't been changed, guess what? When it comes to the Board of Trustees spots, He needs to be changed. Yeah, you want to give her $1 million. She's never had a job before. If it works, you get blessed. If it doesn't work, you get bashed. That's how it should work. I'm just saying, consequences have actions. I mean, you ain't seen, look, Butter Pecan ain't seen no new stadium. Evidently, he ain't been to FAMU on campus in a decade since he graduated and went over there. And look, he was hurt by that financial aid. I was in a foreign country and I didn't have any money and I had to go to Western Union and I couldn't even call JG Whitworth 877 cash now. It's so fun. Like, where everybody's had hard times, man. Like, it is not saying nobody like discounts your experience. You sat up there and cried in front of everybody. That's when we discounted. Oh, you're gonna catch them jokes, Butter Pecan. I'm sorry. Yeah, he gonna look. Nah, Butter Pecan gonna get that for the rest of his life, doc. He ain't came up there looking all greasy, light skin, head look like an almond. I'm sorry. Negro like a butter bean. I'm sorry. Look, I'm gonna stop. Butter Pecan will catch you in the streets and he gonna want to run up one day. And I might be feeling froggy. Like, you calling me Butter Pecan? And I'm gonna say, yes. I'm petty and I'll play jokes with you. Like, I'm just saying. Does she bring her own athletic department, which is scary? I wouldn't. You have an AD who's been able to work both sides of the aisle. I'll say that. I'll say that. I think the AD is the last thing you should move. I think you're going to see a lot of different offices as far as, I think, because I heard old buddy who went against the whole everybody else, Mr. Bowtie. But I've already been told, like, some of these folks have already got some positions offered to them and promotions. So I question when some votes were bought off. I don't question. That's why, again, I'm purposely not cursed today, but that's why the slide had this reference up to the silver. Like, episode is titled "Picking Up the Pieces" because FAMU got stabbed in the back for a handful of silver, and it wasn't even on a Sunday. Might have been on a Thursday, just like Jesus. Was it Thursday or Friday? I have to double check. So I'm just saying. Now that would got to keep doo-doo brown off that brown too. I'm telling you, these nicknames are coming. Like, I'm just saying. I think eventually, again, we just have to continuously point out that this is a sham. And I would point out that, much like this presidential administration, it's a sham. Like, nothing is based on qualifications. Everything is based on the buddy system and folks getting handouts and pat on the back, which there's always been a piece of that. But normally you at least pat somebody back with some qualifications. Like Linda McMahon's over the Department of Education. She hasn't studied education since she left college and studied French. But at least she has an education background. Linda McMahon has more education background, degree-wise, than Marva. That's crazy. And we're seeing how that's going. All right, good people. Let me let y'all go because she's going to be like, you was up there talking for an hour and yep. So, all right, y'all. For everybody, HBCU Digital Network, Thursday, we'll see you. Hopefully, we'll be talking about a little bit of SWAC tournament action. And hopefully, we got some more offers coming in. We're going to reach out to some coaches, see if we can get them come in and talk about the upcoming season. Get y'all excited because we need y'all to reinvest in this program. Again, I will say this before I head out. If you are divesting for FAMU, invest in athletics. I mean, you know, I get it. We hope that you don't, but I understand those that do, because your finances are attached to your romances. And if you don't make me feel good, then you can't make me finance. And that's true. All right, y'all. You already know what's up. What it's always gonna be. Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he